Hi everyone, I'm Wendy Ko. I'm the founder and creator of Made by Wendy, and today we're gonna make stuffed pizza dough balls. They're gonna be fantastic and amazing. They're gonna look like this, and they're gonna be stuffed with whatever you want. Cheese, pepperoni, sausage, whatever you love on your pizza, put in these pizza dough balls. These are the perfect crowd pleasers, and you're gonna love them, and everyone will be dying for more of them too. So let's get going. So to get started, we're going to use all-purpose flour, bread flour, and some salt. We're going to just mix it together with the dough hook attachment on our mixer here. We're going to let the ingredients mix a little bit and then add in our mixture of yeast, white sugar, avocado oil, or you can use olive oil, and then also some warm water. You can also use active yeast, which is incredible for bread. If you've ever used active yeast before, you'll definitely know what I'm talking about. If you haven't, definitely try it. Then we're adding a little bit of oil here just to moisten the dough, just around it, not really to get in it. This way, when we put it in our bowl to let it rise, it doesn't really stick to the bottom. Here's our bowl. I've also greased the bowl as well a little bit. I'm gonna fold it up a little bit together so it's a nice round ball. Place it in and then set it into a nice warm area to let it rise for about an hour. So now it's doubled in size, perfect. I'm gonna move it around, work on it, knead it. Next, you're gonna break up the dough into about 8 to 10 pieces. I got 9 here. It's gonna be anywhere about 70 to 80 grams each. If you have a scale, that would be perfect to be able to break it up more evenly. You don't have to get it to be exact, but in that range is perfect. Here's my pizza sauce, and I'm adding some pepper to it to give it a nice kick. I always like a nice kick in my pizza sauce, so this is something really I like to do. And then I always try to add some garlic powder. This time I didn't, but that's something that I like to do personally as well. Then here's my shredded mozzarella, and then my dough. So I'm gonna stretch it out, work it out a little bit to get it nice and soft because it might be a little bit hard. And then you wanna make it around the same size as the palm of your hand. Depending on how big your hand is, maybe about like 5 to 6 inches in length. And then I'm gonna take about 1.5 to 2 tablespoons of sauce and then put it on the pizza dough. Then a little bit of mozzarella, around 1 to 2 tablespoons here. Then again, maybe about a tablespoon of sauce, and then layer it with about a tablespoon of cheese. Then I'm gonna pinch them together to close up the dough. You want to make sure that you pinch and smooth this out really well so it doesn't leak while it's baking, because it actually does happen more often than not, unfortunately. So let's do this again in another view. We're going to take a piece of dough, stretch it out nicely. You don't want it to be too thin because then otherwise the sauce will actually leak out or burst open while it's baking. So here we have a nice surface to work with, about 1 to 2 tablespoons of sauce. And then we have our 1 to 2 tablespoons of mozzarella. Then again with 1 tablespoon of sauce and then about 1 tablespoon of mozzarella. And you want to fold the two sides together, pinch them together, and then fold in the other edge, closing it up in 2/3, and then now really pinching it all together, smoothing it out, getting it all nice and stuck together. So let's do it again, but this time I'm going to add a favorite pizza topping, and mine is pepperoni. So I'm going to do about 1.5 tablespoons of sauce, 1.5 tablespoons of cheese. Then I'm going to add just a little bit more sauce, about like 1 tablespoon here. Then I'm going to add a generous amount of pepperoni. And then after that, I'm going to add a little bit more cheese and then a dab of sauce. Then I'm going to close it up. The great thing about pizza dough is that it is very stretchy, so it is very forgiving and it won't actually break usually. So in this case, you can overstuff it just a little bit and it'll be okay. But you do want to be careful because if the dough does get too thin, it could break while it's baking. So just speeding it up, you can see it again. But you really, get creative and let's stuff these pizza dough balls with our favorite pizza toppings, whether it be sausages, mushrooms. Think about making like a truffle style pizza dough ball. You add a little bit of truffle oil, you can add some mushrooms. It's gonna be absolutely fantastic and super decadent. And if you're actually serving these at a party, people will be really, really impressed. I served these at a party once and people loved them. I mean, could not get enough of them. I actually made a bunch thinking that I'm gonna have some leftovers the next day to have. Nope, they were all gone. Everyone ate them all, and it was really great, and so I was really happy about that. So definitely a great item for a party. They're really easy to heat up actually, so you can make them in advance and then heat them up the next day for people, whether it be just in the oven or even the microwave, but the oven would definitely be great just to keep that nice crispness of the dough. Now these are ready to bake, so we're gonna do a layer of unsalted butter, and then we're gonna do a layer of egg wash. You're gonna get some really great browning on the pizza dough this way, and then some pepper, some dried parsley, and then some fresh Parmesan cheese. What I also like to do is add the piece of pepperoni on top of these so you actually know what's stuffed inside. This is perfect to know, so if you're serving at a party, people know what to expect on the inside. Look at how beautiful these turned out. So really nice crisp cheese on the outside, really nice browning on the dough. That was from the butter and egg wash. And then now when we break it open, oh my God, so nice and crispy. They're so delicious. You have a little bit of pepperoni there, some cheese. Amazing. And then here we have the cheese version. Break that open. It's nice and airy too, and it's so soft. You guys are gonna love this dough. It's so fluffy and airy. And look at that cheese and sauce. These were so amazing. I served them to my daughter and she loved them. So I think they're definitely kid approved, or actually baby approved. And look at that fluffiness in the dough.
So how did your pizza dough balls turn out? I bet absolutely amazing and fantastic, right? Well, if you love this video, please definitely give it a thumbs up, subscribe below. The recipe is in the description box, and I'll definitely see you next time. All right, see you guys. Bye.